So in honor of the LA Clippers and James Harden underperforming in the playoffs yet again, I'm going to be putting his NBA career in reverse here in NBA 2K24, meaning that he's going to start out on the LA Clippers, go to Philly, then to Brooklyn, then to Houston, and then finish up his career with the team he started on in the OKC Thunder. And we are going to see if he still is a playoff choker if you reverse his NBA career. Obviously in the regular season, he's one of the best players ever. He averaged 36 in a single year. He has a league MVP, a scoring title, an assist title, but no NBA titles. Hopefully that is going to change here in today's video. So let's go ahead and find out. We are in the year 2009. We got a 20-year-old James Harden, just got drafted to the Clippers, 78 overall. Chris Kaman is the best player right now on the Clips at an 82, so Harden should be that in a few years, but we're only going to spend 1 year here, and then we're going to move to Philly for 1.5, as Harden literally played his very first season with the Clippers this year. If we take a look at the entire NBA, Tim Duncan is the best player in the world at a 97. LeBron is right up there as well at a 96. He's 24 years old, not even in his prime yet. We also have guys like Kobe, CP3, T-Mac, KG, Carmelo Anthony. These are the best players in the world at the moment. Hopefully James Harden will be up there one day, and hopefully we can finally win James Harden an NBA championship, as that is the only thing he does not have in his career. He has an MVP, a scoring title, an assist title. And if you guys do enjoy 2K videos just like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video that I put out. LeBron is going to go ahead and win the MVP, averaging 27 a game. Steph Curry will be the rookie of the year, averaging 18 and 7. Derrick Rose, the sixth man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Now, James Harden, I don't believe is going to make any of the All-NBA teams, but he would be an All-Rookie team. Making the first team, averaging 16, 2, and 4.5 assists per game. Now, the Clippers, sadly, are not going to make the playoffs, as they were not a great team, being the worst team in the Western Conference, 9 and 73. Okay, that is 100% the worst record in NBA history. James Harden was a part of that. Kevin Durant is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 31 a game, followed by LeBron James is 27. Melo averaged 26. Kobe was up there, as well as Russell Westbrook, who was only in his second season, averaging 25 and 6 a game. And the Orlando Magic will go on and win the NBA title. Tracy McGrady is your finals MVP, as they dominated the Warriors. Jalen 81 Rose is out of here after 16 years. Kurt Thomas is gone. Joe Smith as well. John Wall is going to go first overall to the Nets. Boogie Cousins will go to the Heat. PG-13 to the Suns. Gordon Hayward to the Bobcats. Derek Favors to the Sixers. So James Harden now is going to be joining the Philadelphia 76ers. He's going to be an 84 overall, 21 years old. He's going to play 1.5 seasons here, as he will get dealt at next trade deadline, not this trade deadline. And I mean, the Sixers, they have an old Allen Iverson at 35 years old, 87 overall. Not really anything else really great in the roster. Derek Favors is here. He's young, 19 years old. I don't expect too much out of the Sixers, although AI is still averaging 20 a game. LeBron again is going to end up winning the MVP. John Wall is the rookie of the year. Derrick Rose is sixth man, and again LeBron the DPOY. I have a weird feeling he's probably going to win every single one of these. James Harden is going to end up making the second team, averaging 21, 7, and 7. A very good second season, although he only shot 30% from 3. That has definitely got to get a lot better, but overall 21, 7, and 7 is a good season, as the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be the 13th seed, going 30 and 52, so no playoffs again for Harden. Orlando again is the best in the East, and in the West, it is the Golden State Warriors, who went 61 and 21. I mean, they got Steph Curry playing on the bench, I believe, not even a starter. He's averaging 20 a game. And LeBron James and the Cavaliers will go on and win the NBA title. LeBron's going to average a 30-point triple-double and win the Finals MVP, as they dominated the Warriors in 5 games. So I guess LeBron versus the Warriors is going to start a lot earlier on here. Shaquille O'Neal is gone. Chris Webber, Jerry Stackhouse, Ben Wallace as well. Kawhi Leonard is going to go first overall to the Miami Heat. Kyrie will go to the Clippers. Kemba Walker to the Hawks. Klay Thompson to the Lakers. Marcus Morris Sr. will go to the Pistons. Harden now is up to an 88 overall. Obviously, he's going to get traded at the trade deadline to the Brooklyn Nets, and he's going to play a couple seasons there. But I mean, for half a season here, 88 overall. The Sixers aren't the greatest roster, so I guess we'll see what happens. So James Harden now is a member of the New Jersey Nets, as they're not even in Brooklyn quite yet. 89 overall, 22 years old. John Wall is on the roster, as well as an old Jason Kidd. Harden right now is going to be averaging 23, 8, and 8. And New Jersey is not in a playoff spot. They are 14th in the East, going 15 and 29. Kevin Durant is going to win his first MVP, averaging almost 30 a game. The Rookie of the Year will go to Marcus Kelly, whoever that is. Brandon Jennings, the sixth man, and LeBron again, the DPOY. James Harden will make the first team, averaging 24, 8, and 7. A very good year between Philly and New Jersey, as he's going to be an All-NBA player for the first time in his career alongside Russ, KD, LeBron, and Yao Ming. As the Nets would actually end up making the playoffs, sneaking in as the 8th seed, going 39 and 43. So adding James Harden was definitely a positive move at the deadline. New York was the best in the East, and the New Orleans Hornets in the West, who do have CP3 at a 95. So they are going to be a dangerous team to face in the playoffs. Kevin Durant is going to lead the NBA in scoring, followed by PG-13. Blake Griffin was up there, LeBron, and Melo. And we are going to end up losing a heartbreaking Game 7 defeat to the New York Knicks in round number 1. As the Orlando Magic will win another NBA title, Tracy McGrady is again a two-time Finals MVP as they defeat the Warriors, who I believe made the finals and lost every single year for the last 3 seasons. They literally have, oh my lord, 4 years in a row they've lost in the NBA Finals. To the Magic twice, to Cleveland, and then to the Magic again. The Magic have 3 titles in the last 4 years. Anthony Davis will go first overall to the Celtics, Damian Lillard to the Sixers, Andre Drummond to the Kings. Draymond will end up going to the Lakers alongside Klay Thompson, who got drafted there as well. Now, this season was a little bit weird considering James Harden did play 8 games as a Houston Rocket and got traded to Brooklyn. But instead, I'm just going to trade him in the offseason, play full season here in Brooklyn before he heads to the Houston Rockets for a very long time. That's going to be his longest stay of his career. LeBron is going to win another MVP. Anthony Davis is the Rookie of the Year. DeMar DeRozan, the sixth man, and Tim Duncan, the DPOY. James Harden, again, is going to make the first team this time, averaging 25, 7, and 6. So his scoring has gone up pretty much every season of his career so far. As the Nets are going to be the 7 seed, making the playoffs, going 45 and 37. Again, the Knicks are the 1 seed, and the Portland Trailblazers in the West, who did win 58 games with Mo Williams as their starting point guard. No surprise here, as we got dominated by the dynasty that is the Orlando Magic in 5 games in the first round. As the Atlanta Hawks will go on and win the title, Rudy Gay is your Finals MVP, only averaging 16 and 7. As they would beat the Trailblazers in 6 games in the finals. Finally, the Warriors didn't make the finals and lose. Victor Oladipo will go first overall to the Pistons. Giannis to the Lakers. The Lakers are going to be a dynasty in about 5 to 10 years. Rudy Gobert to the Sixers, Dennis Schroeder to the Suns, Otto Porter to the Timberwolves. James Harden now is going to be a member of the Houston Rockets, 93 overall, just entering the prime of his career, 24 years old. Amari Stoudemire is here, as well as Yao Ming. So overall, the roster is a lot better than Philly or Brooklyn. So, I mean, our future is looking bright here in Houston. Hopefully, Harden can eventually win a championship. Now, obviously, we are going to be spending a lot of time in Houston, 8 years to be exact. So, I mean, one of these years, we have to go on and win a title. If we don't, if we go an entire career with Harden again, not winning a single NBA championship, I'm going to be heartbroken. LeBron is going to win another MVP. Giannis will win the Rookie of the Year. DeMar DeRozan, the sixth man, and LeBron James, the Defensive Player of the Year. Harden again is going to make the first team, this time averaging 33, 7, and 7, by far his best season of his career. He's up to a 93 now, and he will be alongside Russ, LeBron, KD, and Blake Rose. Who the hell is this? Averaging 20 and 12 on the Washington Wizards. Now for the Houston Rockets, they are going to be the 6th seed, going 46 and 36. New Orleans was the best in the West, and in the East, it was the Miami Heat. We have Rodney Stuckey, Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard, and Boogie Cousins. They are going to be a tough team to beat. And again, another year, another first-round exit for James Harden, and now the Houston Rockets, as I don't believe Harden has been out of the first round yet. And the Orlando Magic are going to win another NBA title. Tracy McGrady, again, the Finals MVP, as they dominate the Trailblazers. Steve Nash, Shareef Abdur-Rahim, Tim Thomas, Chauncey Billups, Stephon Marbury all have retired. Andrew Wiggins will go first overall to the Sacramento Kings. Nikola Jokic to the Pistons. Joel Embiid to the Pacers. Miles Turner to the Bulls. Zach LaVine to the Sixers. Aaron Gordon to the Timberwolves. Now, for some reason, it said James Harden was up to a 93 last season. Now he's down at a 91. In the prime of his career at 25 years old, he should be a lot higher of an overall than that. Stoudemire's up to an 86. Yao Ming, 86 as well. James Harden will go on and win his very first MVP, averaging 36, 8, and 7. An absolutely amazing year. Nikola Jokic is the Rookie of the Year. DeMar DeRozan, the sixth man, and the DPOI will be Joakim Noah. Obviously, Harden's going to be on the first team alongside D. Rose, Kevin Durant, Chris Bosh, and Boogie. As Houston was the second seed going 56 and 26 in the East, the Washington Wizards won 57 games. Of course, Harden's going to lead the NBA in scoring at 36 a game. Nobody else even averaged 30. D. Rose was up there, Paul George, Steph, and KD. But I mean, James Harden in a league of his own, averaging 36 a game. Finally, James Harden has made the NBA Finals up against those Washington Wizards that simulate so well. I mean, they do have Andre Iguodala on their team. He's their best player at an 87, but you have Yao Ming, Stoudemire, Jay Crowder's there, James Harden's a 94, Drew Holiday's an 86, so we should be able to take care of business here. And safe to say, we did not take care of business as we lost to Washington in 6 games. James Harden, I don't know why you're the Finals MVP. I guess it's going to have to go to Blake Rose, averaging 20 and 11 a game. I mean, Harden did his part in the Finals. He was great in the closeout game, 35 and 12 for the entire playoff run. He averaged 37. Cat is going to go first overall to the Detroit Pistons. Kristaps Porzingis will go to the Spurs. Miles Turner to the Clippers. James Harden now is up to a 94 overall, the best player, one of the best players in the entire world. Yao Ming's an 87, Drew Holiday 86, Stoudemire 85. James Harden is going to win another MVP, this time averaging 34, 8, and 8. The Rookie of the Year will go to Kristaps Porzingis. The sixth man to Klay Thompson and LeBron, again the DPOI. Now on the first team we have James, Derrick Rose, LeBron, KD, and Boogie. The Rockets would end up being the 1 seed going 63 and 19 in the East. It was the Washington Wizards who obviously beat us in the finals somehow. Some way they got the job done over us. And somehow the Portland Trailblazers are going to beat us in the second round in 6 games, as they would end up going on and winning the NBA title. Chris Bosh is your Finals MVP, averaging 25 and 10. So I guess we could say back-to-back years losing to the eventual champs. Kevin Garnett has retired after 21 years, never leaving the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I guess anything is not possible, at least if you thought him leaving the Timberwolves was possible. It is not. Ben Simmons will go first overall to the Clippers, Brandon Ingram to the Sixers, as well as, Jaylen Brown will be going to the Pistons. Okay. Ben Simmons is going to go first overall to the Clippers, Brandon Ingram to the Sixers, Jaylen Brown to the Pistons, Sabonis will go to the Mavs. James Harden is still going to be a 94 overall, 27 years old. It doesn't look like he's going to get any better than this, honestly, maybe to a 95. Holiday's up to an 89. Yao Ming has fallen off, as well as Stoudemire, who's only an 82. I mean, they are 36 and 33 years old. James Harden is going to win his third MVP, averaging 32, 8, and 8. DeJounte Murray is the Rookie of the Year to sixth man to Klay Thompson. And somehow Marc Gasol is going to end up winning the DPOY. Now, obviously, James will be on the first team alongside Steph, LeBron, KD, and Boogie. As Houston, again, is the 1 seed in the West, winning 67 games. Cleveland in the East, 159. Obviously, you have LeBron, Kevin Love is there, Marc Gasol as well. So they have 2 DPOYs. And the Houston Rockets are back in the NBA Finals, this time up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in one LeBron James. So we have a head-to-head matchup of the two 96. So we have a head-to-head matchup between the two 96 overall players in the league with LeBron and James Harden. And finally, James Harden is going to get it done, winning his very first NBA title, either in real life or in this game, as we have put his career in reverse, and he's going to get it done with the Houston Rockets, who have by far the best roster surrounding him. And we are going to be able to be rewarded with the Larry O'Brien Trophy. There it is, finally. He cannot be labeled a playoff choker because he has a ring to his resume. The very first of James Harden's NBA career, but definitely not the last. I mean, we still have a pretty good roster for at least a few more seasons, I'd say. Of course, the Finals MVP will also go to James, as he is by far the best player on our team and maybe the best in the NBA at the moment. He won the last 3 MVPs, and now he won the Finals MVP. Harden in the Finals is going to average 35, 8, and 8. Donovan Mitchell will go first overall to the Clippers. Jason Tatum to the Nets. Kyle Kuzma to the Thunder. Lauri Markkanen to the Hornets, OG Anunoby to the Mavs, Lonzo Ball will go to the Knicks. James Harden now is a 95 overall, 28 years old, and if we take a look at the entire NBA, he is tied with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, as well as Kevin Durant, for the best player in the world. Now, if we take a look at resumes, obviously Harden in the last couple of years have been dominating. Holiday's all the way up at a 90. Jay Crowder's an 84. Steven Adams is also an 84, as Ming and Stoudemire have kind of fallen off a little bit. James Harden's going to win another MVP. Lonzo Ball is the Rookie of the Year. Nikola Jokic, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Houston, again, is going to be the 1 seed this time, going 55-27. Washington was the 1 seed in the East. Obviously, Cleveland is dangerous as well. Harden is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 32 a game, followed by Steph Curry's 29. D Rose is up there, PG 13. And the Memphis Grizzlies are going to upset us in Game 7 of the very first round. Are you kidding me? As the Pelicans will go on and win the title, Chris Paul is your finals MVP, averaging 36 and 10. So CP0 rings is no longer. Kobe has retired after 22 years, never leaving the Lakers. I've never actually seen him go and sign with another team in any of my simulations ever. Jaren Jackson Jr. will go first overall to the Nuggets. Luka will go to the Timberwolves. Trae Young to the Hornets. DeAndre Ayton to the Nets. Harden is still going to be a 95 overall. Drew Holiday is still a 90. Jay Crowder, 85. So we still have a team that can't compete for a title year in and year out. Hopefully we manage to get another one before the end of Harden's tenure here in Houston. Harden, again, is going to win another MVP. The Rookie of the Year will go to Luka. Julius Randle is the 6th man, and Giannis, the DPOY. Obviously, James Harden will make the first team. And the Houston Rockets, again, were very good. 53-29, 2nd seed in the West. Cleveland was the best in the East, and the Houston Rockets are back in the NBA Finals up against the Detroit Pistons, who really just have Karl Anthony Towns and nobody else. They do have Nikola Jokic on the bench, and we are going to end up choking in 5 games to the Pistons. Why is Harden the Finals MVP? Karl Anthony Towns is going to take home the Finals MVP, averaging 22 and 12, as they pretty much dominated us, as we might be a little bit of playoff chokers. Maybe not James, but the rest of our roster. Zion is going to go first overall to the Philadelphia 76ers. Matthias Thybulle will go to the Bulls. Ja Wick to the Timberwolves. Wait a minute, Thybulle went 2nd overall? That is absolutely crazy. In the 2019 draft, over Ja Morant. Harden is still going to be Harden at a 95 overall. Drew Holiday actually dropped down to an 87. Maybe he's not the player he once was here in Houston. Jay Crowder's an 84, Steven Adams 83. James Harden is going to go ahead and win another MVP. Ja Morant is the Rookie of the Year. Nikola Jokic, a 6th man, and Anthony Davis, the DPOY. As Houston is going to be the 1 seed, going 59-23 in the East. Again, it is the Cavs. Still have LeBron and Kevin Love and Marc Gasol there. Deion Waiters is on the team. James Harden is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 34 a game, followed by Paul George. Anthony Davis is up there, Bradley Beal, and D Rose. And the Houston Rockets have made the NBA Finals yet again, this time up against the Wizards, who, I mean, don't really have a great team. We have by far the better roster. Hopefully we can actually go out there and dominate like we should with a 96 overall James Harden. And thankfully, the Houston Rockets are not going to choke in the Finals, as James Harden will go on and win his 2nd ring of his career, 2nd with the Rockets as well, as we defeat the Wizards in 5 games in the Finals. We were clearly the better team. There would be some conspiracy going on if we ended up losing this series. I mean, they really didn't have a great roster compared to us, and there it is, Harden raising the Larry O'Brien trophy for the 2nd time in his career, as he's now a 2-time NBA champion, and he's also going to be a 2-time Finals MVP, as he will take it home yet again. In the Finals, James is going to average 28, 9, and 8, very good numbers. Jamal Crawford has retired after 20 years, as well as Elton Brand, Andre Iguodala, Tony Allen is gone. Anthony Edwards will go first overall to the Milwaukee Bucks. LaMelo Ball will be going to the Trailblazers. Tyrese Halliburton to the Mavs. Obi Toppin to the Jazz, James Wiseman to the Lakers, and we have now entered James Harden's final season on the Houston Rockets, 95 overall, 31 years old, and I mean, we still have an opportunity to go home with another ring. Holiday's an 85, Crowder 85, Adams 84. Harden is going to go ahead and capture another MVP, averaging 34 a game. I mean, he's been averaging like over 30 for the past pretty much 8 seasons. Every single year he's been Houston. Anthony Edwards is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Nikola Jokic is 6th man, and LeBron James, the DPOY, now only averaging 19 a game at 36. Houston will end up being the 4 seed, going 49-33. Sacramento is the best in the West, and the Philadelphia 76ers in the East. who do have D'Lo, Zach LaVine, Zion, and DeAndre Jordan. And in James's final season as a Houston Rocket, he's going to lose a heartbreaking Game 7 defeat to the Sacramento Kings in round number 2. As the Kings would go on and win the NBA title, Blake Griffin is your finals MVP, averaging 27 a game. Evan Mobley will go first overall to the Milwaukee Bucks. Josh Giddey will go to the Mavericks. Kate Cunningham to the Timberwolves. Scotty Barnes to the Bulls. Jalen Green to the Knicks. Şengün will go to the Magic. We are now in James Harden's final stop in the NBA, which will be the Oklahoma City Thunder. 94 overall, tied with Kevin Durant for the best player on the team. We also still have Russell Westbrook, who's a 93, so the big three is in effect, albeit they are a lot older at 32 and 33 years old. And one of the craziest things I've ever seen, the OKC Thunder play back-to-backs literally like 7 weeks in a row to start the season. Actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row to start the season on, I believe, Thursday and Friday. Kevin Durant is going to go ahead and win the MVP. Evan Mobley will be the Rookie of the Year. Tyus Jones, the sixth man, and LeBron, again, the DPOY. James Harden is going to end up making the first team, averaging 27, 9, and 8. Alongside Russ, KD, AD, and Jokic. So OKC has 3 All-NBA first-team players. The Thunder are going to end up finishing as a 3 seed, going 55 and 27. And Minnesota would end up beating us in 6 games in the second round. As the Nets are going to go on and win the NBA title, John Wall is your finals MVP. I mean, he's been there for a hot minute. Jaden Ivey is going to go first overall to the Miami Heat. Paolo Banchero will go to the Rockets. Chet Holmgren to the Knicks. Jabari Smith Jr. to the Mavericks. James Harden now has dropped down to a 92 overall. I mean, he's getting a little bit older. He is 33 years old. KD's still a 94, and Russ is down at a 91. Kevin Durant is going to go ahead and win another MVP. Paolo Banchero is the Rookie of the Year. Nikola Jokic is sixth man, and Anthony Davis, the DPOY. James Harden will again make the first team, only averaging 24, 7, and 7, so definitely on the back end of his career here, as he only does have this year or next year left in the video. The OKC Thunder are going to end up making only the play-in, going 45 and 37 as the 9 seed in the Western Conference. I mean, we did have 2 63-win teams. And the Phoenix Suns, of all teams, are going to beat us in the play-in, as we didn't even make the playoffs this year. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to go back-to-back. Yet again, John Wall will take home the finals MVP as they beat the Timberwolves in Game 7. And here we are in James Harden's final season of his NBA career in reverse with the OKC Thunder. 34 years old, 90 overall. He's not the player that he once was. And honestly, this team hasn't been performing as well as I thought it would. Luka is going to go ahead and win the MVP. Sidney Drew is the Rookie of the Year. Shea will be the sixth man, and Anthony Davis, the DPOY. James Harden will still end up making the first team, only averaging 22, 7, and 7. Still pretty good numbers, especially for a 34-year-old. In real life, he is a lot more washed than this, as the OKC Thunder are going to grab the 5 seed, going 50 and 32, and we are going to lose in the first round to the New Orleans Pelicans, as the Minnesota Timberwolves will go on and win the NBA championship. Luka Doncic is your finals MVP, and that is going to do it on James Harden's NBA career in reverse. And honestly, it went very well. I mean, for a career, he's going to end up averaging 28, 7, and 7. He had like an 8-year stretch in Houston where he averaged over 30 pretty much every single season. And we take a look at his trophy case. He's going to be a 2-time NBA champion, a 7-time league MVP, a 2-time finals MVP, a 12-time All-Star, 13 times on the first team, and 1 on the second team. Right now, he's going to be 12th all-time in scoring with 33,000 on the all-time leaders for triple-doubles. He would end up being 6th all-time with 90 50-point games. He had 28, which will be 3rd all-time, and he was 3rd all-time for 40-point games with 165. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support on it. Let me know in the comments who I should do next. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.